Assalamualaikum. My name is Meor Sahar, and now I will present my part, which is introduction of custom. Royal Malaysian Custom Department is a national department under Ministry of Finance Malaysia, functioning in collecting tax for import and export within the country. Royal Malaysia Custom Department established around 57 years ago on 10 February 1964. Royal Malaysian Custom provide most of the country revenue due to the collection of tax when in importing and exporting activity. Where any goods that need to get into the country, the goods needs to go through custom department due to safety measurement and to determine the tax for each item. Royal Malaysian Custom Department is an agency under Ministry of Finance and divided to three main divisions. The first is enforcement and compliance. The second is custom operation and internal taxation, and the last is administrative, and all of it work under the direction of custom. The next part of my presentation is import procedure. Importing is the act of bringing or causing something to be brought into the Malaysia by land, sea or air. To bring goods into Malaysia, you must pledge to the Royal Malaysian Custom Department. There are 9 steps to import procedure, which is the step 1 is custom declaration. All goods imported into Malaysia must be pledged by custom agency appointed. Second, declaration, and the last, the direct user. Next is step 2, which is good classification. Importer must check whether the goods to be imported into Malaysia are subject to duty or tax by obtaining the correct tariff code for the good. Tariff code can be found by going to HX Explorer and then consult with the Technical Service Division, Classification, Tariff and Drafting Branch. And then check with the Custom Duties Order 2017 and check with the relevant Free Trade Agreement. The next step is step 3, which is inspect the good to see whether they are regulated goods or prohibited import goods. That is to determine if the product to be imported are regulated goods or are subject to import control or government restriction. The second is to determine whether the product necessitated on import permit or approval from other government agency or a permit manufacturer agency. Next is step 4, which is declaration and document preparation for custom clearance. Documentation must complete and through declaration of the product imported. This can be made by electronically using custom form number 1, which is K1. This can be electronically or on paper to submit on import permit. The following are the list of supporting document, which is AW bill or bill of lading, invoice, packaging, packing list, certificate of country of origin, and last is additional related document. Next step is step 5, which is good inspection. The authority reserves the right to impact consignment to ensure compliance with law and regulation. When necessary, any approved custom official can conduct a physical inspection of any product. Now is step 6, which is duty or tax payment. Duties and tax on imported goods must be paid by the importer at the time the goods arrive. Duty or tax can be paid in person at the counter or in online. Now is step 7, which is approval by custom. If duty and tax has been paid and a permit has been issued, the product to be imported may be authorized for release. The next is step 8, which is custom clarification. Custom clearance may be granted after all custom activity has been complete and complied with. And lastly is step 9, which is step documentation. Except as authorized by the Director General and subject to any condition imposed by him, importation record must be held in Malaysia for 7 years. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ammar Irfan bin Azha Shahril. So I will explain about declaration process. At the first point, declaration process is needed because to always secure and growing country income. Because each country needs import and export flow in their country. However, import and export require a relatively difficult and rigorous process to ensure that nothing tarnishes the country image and that something violates the law. For second point, declaration process is needed because each country has its own laws in preparing documents for the import and export process. So this will affect the preparation of document for each process shipment. Every supporting document and document required by the custom must be filled in carefully and correctly to ensure that the process declaration runs smoothly when submitted. For the third point, supporting document must be attached to prevent fraud and smuggling. It happens when something suspicious happens or the imported goods are taxable goods. Among custom for the clearance of import consists of the document that needed to be included are import declaration, bill of lading or airway bill, invoice, packing list, import license if applicable, certificate of origin if it asked by custom that the country to make sure if they have tax reduction and addition.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad. I'm Farhan bin Khairul Anuar. I'm from the LOG3623 and today I will present the third and fourth declaration process. For the third one is inward manifest. Inward manifest is an official document required by customs to provide a detailed listing of entering the country. The manifest is the source of information used to list out the details of goods to be unloaded into the country for importation purposes and determining the duty tariff to be applied on incoming shipping. Inward manifest, or also known as JK84, must be lodged at customs office upon arrival by agent or shipper and shipping management. The time of presenting JK84 as a requirement by custom if the shipping arrived by the vessel, JK84 must be submitted within 24 hours after arrival. Meanwhile, for aircraft, the time of submitted is on arrival time when landing at airport, and for the rail, the document must be submitted at the time of arrival to produce railway bill or way bill. Manifest is submitted by way of e-manifest that provided by the customs. The fourth one is import declaration, that known as a type of form that needs to be filled out and submitted to the party requesting it. The custom have their own format to fill the details and submit for declaration. For import goods that want to enter Malaysia, they need to submit it electronically via CIS Dagang Net, and the submitted of the documentation bound by the law that has been enforced, which is Section 78 and 81 of the Custom Act 1967. For the dutiable goods, the agent or shipper must submitted it by the electronically within 1 month and within 10 days after the arrival of vessel for item. Meanwhile, for item that non-dutiable goods, as a law section 79 and 87, declaration to give a full and true account. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arham Haizad bin Hilmi from the LM6B, ID number PDL1905075. So now I'm going to talk about Hangnam Import and Export Sdn Bhd. Okay, so Hangnam Import and Export established by Mr. T. Kok On in 1970s as a small trading house in Kuala Lumpur's historic Central Market District. By nowadays, they have expanded into Malaysia's leading confectionery and food wholesaler over 40 years. So Hangnam Import and Export specialized in regional Asian snack, drinks and fast moving consumer goods import distribution as well as export distribution for Malaysian snacks company. So even though Hangnam Import and Export sold their own black and white bubble gum and little hippo candies, they also the major distributor of teh botol which can be found over all Malaysia. For example, teh botol Sosro from Indonesia. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad Iqbal bin Mohamad Azlin. I'm from the LM6B. I will talk about study case or scenario for this report. The Malaysian beverage industry is identified as a rapid growth market and one of the contributions to the national account. The beverages industry in Malaysia is very varied with a great assortment of products from Asian tastes and nutritional preference as well as many local recipes. This industry dominates predominantly small and medium enterprise. In addition, many foreign companies also a manufacturer to other country needs too. The sector is very diverse, which includes fruits and vegetable juice, alcohol, tea and coffee. Malaysia depends to a large of the import of many products from beverages imported for local consumer. As known as import by Hennam Import and Export Sdn Bhd from Indonesia under the Artiga Tarif Schedule, an integrated agreement to achieve the Asian Economic Community's target of developing a single market and production base with free flow of goods by 2015. The document is to reduce the percentage of the duty that need to be paid as agreement from Asian country to make import and export flow more grow in the area. The Hennam Import and Export Sdn Bhd has deal with Pita Sina Sosro to purchase and import the beverage product from Indonesia to Malaysia through sea transportation using an evergreen as agent to manage the documentation. Bill of lading is necessary to the carrier issues as a legal document to a shipper that specifies the form, quantity and destination of the goods being transported. To make sure the import activity going smoothly, agent from freight forwarder issued export clearance documents such as custom number 1 form and the supporting documents, which is invoice, certificate of origin and packing list from the Hennam Import and Export Sdn Bhd. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aiman bin Azmi from the LM6B. For the next part is I will explain about the function of each document for this import procedure. The first document that we use is custom form number 1, or we also known as K1. The K1 form is used to import both dutiable and non-dutiable goods, and it also serves as a statement of import good. When the good arrive at the port, custom will inspect form K1. Custom will use form K1 to determine which product will be imported into the country. Next document is invoice. An invoice is a document that contains information about transaction between a buyer and a seller. Invoice usually provide a summary of payment term such as unit cost, handling, and any other term that may apply. For the third document that we use is packing list. A packing list is a document that lists the item that make up a package. The aim of this packing list is to provide information about the content of the package to transportation firm, government official, and consumer. Both parties will benefit from this specific in properly managing the package. Okay, for the next 3 document, I will pass to the next member, which is Emir. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Emir Hakimi bin Aliasa. I am from DLM6B. My ID number is PDL19053030. Okay, my point is bill of lading. Bill of lading describes the cargo journey from point of origin to the point of destination. A carrier issue this to the shipper to detail the process and route the shipment, and it serves as contract for the cargo movement. Next, we will go to certificate of origin. The certificate of origin is a document that certificates the company in which the product was produced, and in certain case It may also contain about the product's local material and labor content. The last one is Artiga form. Integrated and holistic approach will be needed to achieve the Asian Economic Community's target of developing a single market and production base with free flow of goods by 2015. I think that's all from me. Thank you.